Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. I am just so happy and so grateful to be recording yet another episode, and to have had a podcast for 6 months now is actually insane. Today, the 24th, actually marks 6 months since I published my first episode. Like, oh my God. I cannot believe it. So, thank you guys to everybody who listens every Monday and listens to me rant endlessly, and I love you all. I really, really do. Okay, so today's theme is going to be Hot Girl Summer. We're going to be talking about Hot Girl Summer. I don't know where I got this idea from. I got it a little bit from Miss Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm really excited, if you can't tell by my voice. I'm really excited to be talking about this. So I'm going to actually be talking about beauty maintenance. We're going to talk a little bit about summer flings, casual dating during the summer. We're going to talk a lot about cultivating confidence, bikini bodies, all that good stuff. And yeah, so it's going to be fun. I'm going to talk a little bit about my advice with confidence, my personal experience, and the things I'm loving right now when it comes to all things beauty and my summer flings and everything. So this is going to be a great girlhood episode. We're just going to embrace all things girlhood. So grab your popcorn and just get excited, because I'm pretty excited. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about my personal beauty secrets for summer glow. The reason I'm doing this is because every time I do anything, I post any kind of picture or whatever, people are always like, "Oh my God, I love your makeup," or I just always hear those compliments that mean so much to me, "Oh my God, makeup routine," or "You smell so good," or this, that, and the third. And hot girls, we don't gatekeep. That's the first rule. Hot girls, we do not gatekeep. So I'm going to be talking about, my personal beauty secrets. So I'm going to talk a little bit about skincare routine. Okay. A lot of people compliment my skin. I really glowy skin, not to toot my own horn, but I worked really hard to have really glowy skin. And I'm going to put you guys on today. So get a pen and a paper, because I'm putting you guys on today. Now, for the first, I would say 16 years of my life, I was such an avid Eucerin cream user. I would just wear Eucerin cream, and that's all I would wear. I'm not even kidding. I would wear Eucerin cream all the time. And I love Eucerin cream. I'm still such a big advocate for Eucerin cream. It's everything and more. And it really helps with anti-aging stuff and whatever, but I'm 17, so weird. But let me tell you guys what has changed the game for me. Okay, drum roll please. Aquaphor. Literally Aquaphor. Aquaphor has changed the game for me. Now, I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for about 3-ish weeks around Christmas time. And one of the things the nurses would give us would be these big jugs of Aquaphor. And I started using it on my body kind of as lotion, and I was wow, this is some good stuff. My skin was so soft, and it was absorbing it, and I was always so shiny and whatever. So I was what if I replace this? Because Eucerin cream is already a very heavy set moisturizer. So I was what if I replace Eucerin cream with Aquaphor? So this is my skincare routine. I use any kind of Cetaphil cleanser. I use Cetaphil. I've always used Cetaphil cleansers. I really, really like them. When I'm not using Cetaphil, I use CeraVe or La Roche. I don't know how to say it, La Roche-Posay or whatever. I hate saying that, but they have they have really good cleansers. I use a lot of drugstore stuff. It's no secret. I love drugstore makeup. I love drugstore skincare. I'm the biggest, Walgreens, Walmart makeup advocate on this earth. But I use those cleansers. I cleanse my face. So I wash my hands before I, wash my face. And then I wet my face and I cleanse it for 60 seconds. I really get in there. I really get in my pores. I really get in there. And then I rinse it off with a washcloth and I go in with Aquaphor. Okay. I repeat that morning and night. And then in the morning, I take the copper tone. I use the copper tone 34-in-1 sunscreen, and I love it. It's waterproof, sweatproof, everything, because I don't know, sometimes people splash water on me, so I just get really paranoid that my sunscreen's gonna rub off. But I'm such a big advocate on sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen, ladies. Wear your sunscreen. Now, I wear a lot of drugstore stuff, like I just said, but you can get good sunscreen at the drugstore. I promise you. Like, you don't have to go to Sephora and get like the like $50 Drunk Elephant sunscreen. No, like that's so unnecessary. There's so many great ones from like the Banana Boat brand. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then like Copper Tone, and then there's Neutrogena sunscreens, and Jergens also makes like some really good stuff because I love Jergens. I love Jergens. Wear your sunscreen. That is beauty tip number one. Wear your sunscreen. Please wear your sunscreen. Stay hydrated. Now, I always look like sweaty or like oily, especially because it's so hot outside, but my skin barrier has like never been better, like ever. Like Aquaphor has literally changed my life, and I wear Aquaphor like as a primer for my skin care, and not my skincare, for my makeup, and my makeup stays all day. Like, that's the biggest thing with makeup. Like, I have to talk to you guys about that. Makeup most of the time is skin prep, and so it's so hot outside. I don't know what's going on this summer. It's crazy hot outside to the point where like I don't even want to be outside because it's like too hot. But one of the things I was worried about is like, oh my god, my makeup is going to melt off this summer. It's not. Let me tell you guys why it's not. If you have a good skincare prep, some good skin prep, um, your makeup's not going to melt off. That, along with a good setting powder and spray, you are okay. I promise you, you will be okay. Now, I am loving the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, the airbrush setting spray. Mwah. I love it so much. I've heard also really good things about the One Size setting spray. I don't use it, but I would recommend it. I I love it. My holy grails right now when it comes to makeup, let me tell you guys. The telescopic mascara, the L'Oreal Infallible concealer. I wear the Makeup by Mario foundation, but I don't think it's like a holy grail, but I wear it. I like it. And the Winter Kissed by Kylie. Kylie, okay, a lot of people, nobody talks about Kylie Cosmetics enough. And while some of their like foundations and like concealers are interesting, that girl ate with certain things. Like, she ate when it's with the concealer brush. I had like the concealer brush, like the triangle. She ate. And I know she got that idea from someone else. Like, I know somebody didn't like patent that idea and she stole it, but she ate with it. And her blushes are amazing. I'm wearing Winter Kiss, which is ironic because it's summer. And then I pair that on top of like the Glow Bomb. I look like Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not even kidding. My blushes never look that good, especially in the sun. Like, I'm not even kidding. It gives like the Sabrina Carpenter look. And I know Sabrina Carpenter wears like Armani, which is beautiful, but it's expensive. So Kylie is also expensive. So I don't really think that's like a dupe. But yeah, so these are like my favorite makeup products for like a natural summer look. I just go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and I mix that with like 2 drops of the Makeup by Mario foundation. And then I go in with the Kylie concealer under my eyes. It's like a color corrector. And then I go over it with the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 405. And then I use my concealer brush and I blend it all out. And then I do like my eyebrows. I like just put eyebrow gel on them, and then I outline them with like the Maybelline concealer. That's also a holy grail. I love the Maybelline concealer. Like, it's so good, but only for my eyebrows. I don't really like it under my eyes, but I'm like really picky about my under eye. And then after I do all of that, I put on my blush, and then I set with the Makeup Revolution banana setting powder, I think, and I set like my whole face. And then spray with the Charlotte Tilbury spray. Oh my god. And my makeup stays like all day and it looks so good. And that with like my telescopic. Also, last thing with the makeup thing. I mixed the L'Oreal Telescopic and the Maybelline Falsies mascara. Hot girls do not gatekeep at all. Okay, now let's talk about like smelling good. Okay, so obviously it's hot outside. It is so hot outside. So we're prone to sweat a lot and smell a little funky, but hot girls don't smell bad. No. Even in this heat. Okay, let me tell you guys my holy grails. Okay, let me tell you how I managed to smell good. First of all, I shower every day. Like, why are you not showering every day when it's summer? Please get in the shower, take a bubble bath or whatever. I shower every day. And when I shower, I don't have like an elaborate shower routine. I just use like the Olay body washes. Okay. Let me put you on game here. Dove makes the best soap, like the bars. They make the best bars out of like all of the stuff I've tried, because I used to like be obsessed with body washes, and I've tried pretty much everything. They make the best bars. Dove bars, Olay makes the best body wash. Simple as that. And then you mix those together. Usually use like the same scent. So like get a vanilla bar and get a vanilla body wash. Boom. And then I exfoliate like twice every week. I use like the Dr. Tills, and I just like exfoliate to get rid of all the dead skin. I exfoliate like under my arms, my legs, all that good stuff. Um, then I use baby oil. I use like the baby oil, and that's just for soft skin. I don't really think it makes you smell that much better. It's just it keeps my skin soft. And then I use any kind of like any lotion will do. I use Jergens because I told you guys I love Jergens. It's so like hydrating and it smells so good. And then this is what's really gonna put you on game. Men's deodorant. Men's deodorant, like it's like the key. I don't even use women's deodorant anymore, especially in times like these. I am a big Old Spice fan, and I have no shame in my game. Men's deodorant is made to last longer because men are like typically sweatier and smell worse than women. So their formulas are chemically different. Like it's made to smell better. So why not use it? Like men's razors and men's deodorant. I'm putting you guys on. And then I take like the Dove spray deodorant and I keep it with me along with perfume for like touch ups. So like if I like when I was at Summer Smash, I was outside all day. So if I started to smell a little funky, or I just didn't like the way it was smelling, I would like add a little deodorant under my arms, and then I would spray myself with some perfume. And you smell good all day. Now, okay, we can talk a little bit about oral hygiene. Invest two things with oral hygiene. Well, three. Invest in an electric toothbrush. I have had an electric toothbrush pretty much all my life, and I love it. Invest in an electric toothbrush and a good mouthwash, like a really good one. My two favorites are the Crest. There's like a Crest whitening mouthwash, but it's really really good. But it's kind of expensive. But I mess with it heavy. And then there's another one, I can't think of it. It's like the TheraBrush mouthwash. I really love that one. And that, and then a good tongue scraper. And you're fine. Like your breath will smell good all day. Please get a tongue scraper. Please scrape your tongue. Please. Like I'm not asking for too much. Like please do it. So another thing, because it's so hot outside, your skin is obviously going to crack and be dry. Invest in good lotions. I'm using a lot of like shea butter right now on my skin. Like I mix lotion and shea butter when I get out the shower. Just invest in that. Invest in coconut oil, just invest in like some good hydrating products, because we don't want your skin to be cracked and dry. Like, no. Last but not least, hair care tips to beat the heat. I would say invest in like a really good leave-in conditioner and a really good oil. I love the rosemary oil from L'Oreal. Now, I know it got like popularized on TikTok a couple of months ago, but I mess with it so much. Like I really love it. So I just mix that. I use a lot of Mielle stuff. So I use like the Mielle leave-in conditioner and the Mielle rosemary oil. Boom. It does the trick, and my hair is moisturized and beautiful all day. It's curly. Now, I wear my hair straight most of the time. It's straight right now because I just like caved and blow dried it. When it's straight, I just wear argan oil. I really like it. Or I use stuff from Lolave. Lolave is a hair care brand. I'm not sponsored, so don't start that with me. Lolave is a hair care brand by my favorite actress, Jennifer Aniston. The shampoos and conditioners from Lolave are like game changers. I'm not even kidding. Like if you have naturally straight hair and you like blow dry your hair, please start using Lolave. It is the best thing you will ever use on your hair, like salon quality stuff for way less the price. Yeah, keep your skin soft, keep your makeup clean, keep yourself smelling good, keep your breath fresh, keep yourself moisturized. Those are my personal beauty secrets for a summer glow, for a beautiful hot girl summer. Now we're going to talk a little bit about summer flings and dating. We're going to talk a little bit about navigating summer romance with confidence. So if you guys know me, you guys like personally, you know that I've had, some summer flings in the past. And honestly, they were really fun. And when I say summer flings, I'm not talking about like hookups, because I'm pretty against hookup culture. No offense to anyone who engages in it. not really my cup of tea. But I've had summer flings in the sense of like it's a very casual romance. Like you go into romance without expectations. Because I feel like most of the time for me, I go in with like a goal of having a committed, relationship. So with summer romance and like summer flings, I don't have that expectation. I don't have that goal. All I want is just like, just somebody kind of to hang out with that I can kiss sometimes. It's so awkward for me to say that because I know like my family and friends listen to this. But in the past, it's been really fun. And that's what I advise you guys to do during the summer. Not that I'm like encouraging, because I feel like hot girl summer has been like stigmatized in a way. Like people are like, oh, you only want to have like a hot girl summer so you can hoe. And it's like, no, thank you. We are just not having that usual expectation that we might have during the rest of the year. It's just like a time to breathe and relax and just kind of like chill. Like, I'm not saying don't get into a committed relationship if that's what you want or whatever. But personally, I think it's just a time where you can have a romance without expectations. And you can have that during any season. Like, I am not the judge of when you decide to settle down. I just personally think it's really, really fun. Now, I'm going to give you guys some tips for meeting new people. Okay. I would honestly say out of like all of my friends, except for like Emmy, I think I am probably the best at like talking to guys because I have so much like confidence and I'm like so bold. I don't care. And guys really like that. Guys really like confidence. They can tell. Like guys are so much better at reading your aura than you can tell. And you have to have that confidence. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but when it comes to like, that's my best tip when it comes to like meeting new guys. Confidence. Like you have to fake it till you make it. Like you can have the lowest self-esteem or think you are the ugliest girl in the world as long as you like fake it and pretend that you have this like confidence and this air about you. It's so much easier to talk to guys. And I have so much like confidence and such a high self-esteem. Like I think really highly of myself and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. um it's like so easy for me to talk to guys. And also like you can't have a fear of rejection. Like everybody gets rejected. It happens. You're not any less of a person or any less of a human because you're not somebody's type. Like that's fine. And you can't be afraid of that. You can just put that out there. And then if they just aren't interested or whatever, then that's their issue. That's their loss. It's not yours. It's not your problem. Now, it is also extremely important to communicate and to set boundaries. Do not go into a summer fling having this casual expectation that I just preached, and then you are with a guy who like wants to date you and to, like communicate that beforehand. I am not promoting, hurting people's feelings and leading them on. That is the worst thing to do. So that is a hot girl tip. Hot girls do not lead people on. Hot girls do not hurt people's feelings. We don't get a kick out of it. That's not our character. That's not what we do. So yes, please have those conversations. There is so much importance in having healthy relationships and having those healthy romantic summer flings, Please have a conversation about boundaries and what you are expecting, even if it is casual or something serious beforehand, so nobody's feelings gets hurt. Because I have been on both sides of that deal, and it's never fun either way. Now we're going to talk a little bit about embracing your confidence this summer, like how to like boost your self-esteem and body confidence. First of all, you're beautiful. Accept it. I always quote this quote. I think I've quoted it on here before, but I read something on Pinterest. I love Pinterest, by the way. If you have Pinterest, you should like totally follow me on there. But I read this quote on Pinterest that was like, life is too short for me to spend it hating my reflection. Like I've just decided I'm beautiful. And that's just how I feel. Like life is way too short for me to be looking in the mirror every day, picking out my cellulite or my stomach fat or my stretch marks or whatever. It's too short. I can't do it. I have done so much work to like actually accept the way I look physically and learn to really love myself. And I really, really do. I can like confidently say after years of struggling with, body dysmorphia or just a lot of anxiety when it comes to like my looks, I really like the way I look. I really do like the way I look. And it's not so much because of like the way I look. Not saying that I'm not a beautiful individual, but it comes a lot from like my inside. Like I like the person that I am. I'm extremely kind to people. I think I have a lot of beautiful traits. I think I have a lot of beautiful traits like inside and outside. And because I've learned to like the things that I do possess, it's so much easier for me to like myself because life is way too short for me to spend my entire life hating myself. Like, I can't, I got so tired of doing it. And when I was like 13, at the height of the pandemic, I struggled with body dysmorphia bad. I would like sit in my room and pick myself apart and compare myself to like Madison Beer or like Zendaya or like these just like extremely gorgeous women. And comparison is such a thief of joy. Like, it is so dumb to compare yourself to these like Instagram models for so many reasons. But the biggest reason being like, just because you don't look like them and they're pretty does not mean you're not pretty. You know what I mean? Like sunsets in Hawaii and blue butterflies are both very beautiful things, unless you're like a weird butterfly hater, which is weird. Yet, they look nothing alike. And they're both extremely beautiful, but they look nothing alike. So that does not mean just because you don't look like, Cindy Kimberly or just like some beautiful girl on Instagram, it doesn't mean you're not beautiful. It just means you don't look like somebody who's beautiful, but you're still beautiful in your own individual way. Like, come on. Another thing, when it comes to like comparing yourself to IG models, I didn't realize how common it was to like get fillers and surgeries and Facetune and all of that stuff. Like, I promise you, half of those people, I hate to say it, but like if you saw them in real life, they wouldn't look as good as they do on Instagram. And no one does. No one gets on the internet and posts like their ugliest, just got out of bed, didn't brush my teeth, in last week's clothes photos. They don't do that because nobody does that. The point of social media, I guess, is to show you at your best and to boost and create this like fake life that we don't have. I feel like my life is so different from like what people see on social media versus my life like, at home and just me in my room sitting here writing down ideas for my podcast. Like, everybody posts the most glamorized version of their lives. So obviously they're going to post the most glamorized version of themselves. So please do not compare yourself on your worst day to somebody on their best day with lip filler, a rhinoplasty, a secret boob job, lipo, the list goes on. Another great way I would say to boost your self-esteem and your self-confidence is to repeat positive affirmations to yourself. I used to do this all the time and I thought it was like extremely corny, but I really liked it. I would look in the mirror and I would just be like, I would say 5 things I liked about myself, like physically, and 5 things I liked about myself, like spiritually and mentally. So I'd be like, I like the way you respond to things. I like the way you're not quick to escalate things. I like how you don't like confusion or confrontation. And I really like your eye color. And I would just compliment myself, or I would find things and I would always pat myself on the back. Be kind to yourself. Pat yourself on the back about more things. If I did good with anything, like I'd be like, you know what, Alex, like you got an A on this test. Let me get you an ice cream cone because you deserve it. Like, you just have to be nicer to yourself. And learning to do that has boosted my self-esteem because it's like I've created a healthy relationship with myself. Like, I feel like I'm like, there's 2 parts of me, which is like my like subconscious and then me. And my subconscious, she can be really judgmental and really mean. But they like each other now because of I've forced them to have like a good, healthy relationship. And they love each other now. So while we're on this topic, because it's summer, wear that bikini. Please wear that bikini. Do not piss me off. Everybody is a bikini body. A bikini body is a body in a bikini. Like, I don't want to hear it. We are so past that. Pro Anna, like you have to be paper thin to wear bikini. Like, you don't. A bikini body is a body in a bikini. Also, a rule I love that more people need to know is like the 5 rule. If somebody can't change it within 5 seconds, then don't point it out. It's one thing to be like, oh, you have something in between your teeth or whatever like that. But do not point out somebody's cellulite. Do not point out somebody's stretch marks or self-harm scars or crooked teeth because they can't fix it in 5 seconds. So don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Hot girls embrace their bodies because you're beautiful. And one thing I think getting sick really taught me was like perspective. Like, I don't care about the way my legs look as long as I can walk, or I don't really care how skinny or how thin or big I am. About like, I don't care because as long as my body works, as long as I can do things for myself, like eat an actual meal or shower on my own without supervision and stuff, I'm pretty grateful no matter what I look like. And that's what you have to be. Like your legs, even if they have cellulite or whatever, they walk. They get you places. No matter how big your feet are, no matter how wide your rib cage is, your lungs still work. Body is always working overtime with everything you have, all the loose skin you have, to keep you functioning and keep you going. And it's not until you completely can't function that you're grateful for that. So I really don't have the time, I'm sorry, this summer especially, to hate myself or to be overly critical about myself. I don't. I work out, I try to eat pretty well, I go to the gym, I do my thing, but I also really like myself no matter what I look like. No matter how short or long my hair is or how much stomach fat I have or whatever, I just don't care. And that's how you have to be. You have to celebrate the diversity in your beauty because you're beautiful. Now, guys, I want to hear your own hot girl summer stories. I want to hear your hot girl beauty tips. I want to hear it. So I encourage you guys to leave your hot girl summer stories on our Instagram at literally MGTG on Instagram and TikTok. Our TikTok's actually been doing pretty well. So I'm like, wow. So yeah, I want to hear you guys hot girls summer stories. I want to hear you guys stories about your summer flings. I want to hear your beauty tips. Maybe you guys can put me on to some new makeup, some new skincare, some new smell goods. Like we're a sharing community over here. Hot girls do not gatekeep, so don't gatekeep over here. So please follow at literally MGTG on Instagram and TikTok and share your favorite hot girl summer beauty tips or your hot girl stories, and I will love to address those. Maybe we could do like a hot girl summer part 2 where I can like answer, like we do like a listener interaction thing like we did for advice. So that would be really fun. So yeah, I am so glad we did this episode. I'm glad I got to talk about like beauty maintenance. I'm glad I got to talk about like summer flings, dating, confidence for sure. And I'm glad I will be able to interact with you guys about this episode. And I'm just really happy to be doing this podcast. I always say that, but I'm like, it's cheesy, but it's true. I'm really happy to be doing this. And I hope that you guys have the best hot girl summer, doing whatever you want, whatever you please, and just being happy with yourself and being confident, because that's all it really takes to be a hot girl and to have your hot girl summer and to embrace your natural beauty and to love yourself. I hope you guys have the best hot girl summer. I hope you guys embrace your inner confidence and that you guys enjoy yourself in this crazy, crazy heat. Please remember to share your hot girl summer stories and your hot girl summer beauty tips on at literally MGTG on Instagram and TikTok. And I am also, I keep hinting at a website, which is coming very soon, I promise. I'm also excited to start doing video podcast within the next 2 weeks. I'm really, really excited about that. I have always wanted to do that. I love watching like video podcasts. I love seeing like Alex Early's or like Emma Chamberlain just like sit and talk in their mics, especially Sadie. I love Sadie. So I just love to watch like the girls in their closets or in their rooms like talking to a mic about things, and I can't wait for you guys to do it with me during this hot girl summer. Okay, but seriously, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I cannot believe we've had this podcast for 6 months. This is our 6-month special. Oh my God, guys, I've had the podcast for 6 months today. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. I love you guys so, 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 so much. Please, I'm always remind you guys, follow at literally MGTG on Instagram or TikTok. I'm pretty active on both accounts, and I want to hear you guys your hot girl summer beauty secrets. I want to hear your hot girl summer stories. Like, I want to interact with you guys. I really, really find joy out of doing that. Also, feel free to leave a rating or to subscribe, put your notifications on for the podcast. I am here every Monday like a little bug. I will be here every Monday, every week, showing up for you guys because you guys have been showing up for me, and I'm so grateful, and I love you guys so much. And always, I want to hear you guys' feedback. I want to hear your suggestions. I want to hear your constructive criticism. I want to hear everything. I love hearing you guys' feedback. That literally is the entire reason why I talk into my mic for 30 minutes every week. But I love you guys so, so, so much. I'm glad you guys listened to the Hot Girl Summer podcast. And, before you go, remember to follow at literally MGTG on Instagram and TikTok to stay updated with all things My Guide to Girlhood. Embrace your inner hot girl this summer, especially this week. You deserve it. You're beautiful. You're confident. And keep repeating that to yourself. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the last 6 months. And I am so excited to continue to be your host for however long I decide to do this. But for right now, I'm having a really, really great time, and I love being you guys' host. I love my listeners, and thank you guys so much for everything. Like, seriously, like,
we've been doing so well, and it's only going up from here.
Okay. I'll see you guys next week on the next episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. Love you guys so much. See you guys next week. Bye.